to the speech entitled Elvis and Me. Elvis and Me, Harry Szmerling.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it there. I'm just writing a chronicle. It's about me. Well, it's about Elvis and me. You know, one of my earliest experiences is being punished for doing my homework. Now, who else do you know that was ever punished for doing their homework? But I had a very strange father who said to me, "Get rid of those stupid books, they'll never get you anywhere. Go and learn the guitar, learn how to sing. What's the matter with you? This is Australia." Where any kid can grow up to be Elvis. Those words resonated in my brain. Where any kid could grow up to be Elvis. I wanted to be like Elvis. I wanted to look like Elvis. I wanted to be Elvis Presley. But as I got older, as I grew up, I noticed from watching Elvis Presley movies that he was always surrounded by a bevy of beautiful girls. And I'd never dated a girl. I'd never even spoken to a girl. And by now I was 35. And I decided that it was time I did something about this. Now there was a girl in my neighbourhood who was the perfect one for me. Her name was Lucy Danglefoot. So I tracked down her telephone number and I rang her. She answered the phone. "Hello." But I was so nervous, never having spoken to a female before. All I could do was breathe heavily. And she said, "Oh no, not you again." Such a creep, you probably want me to tell you about my underwear. I said, no. I thought, what would Elvis say in a situation like this? And the words just blurted out, "Tell me, dear, are you lonesome tonight?" And she said, yes, my boyfriend just dumped me. I am lonesome tonight. You have such empathy. Thank you for asking me that. I want to meet you. I want to go out with you. What did you say your name was? So we met. We went out. And after a whirlwind romance of 10 years, we got married. Life was sweet. She liked Elvis Presley nearly as much as I did. Now one day, after a 25-hour marathon session of listening to Elvis Presley records, I said to my friend Charlie, "Don't you think it's about time that Elvis came to Australia?" He gave me this strange look and he said, "What are you talking about? Elvis Presley's dead." "What do you mean, dead?" "Yeah, you know, those fried peanut butter sandwiches finally got to him." Oh, I just couldn't believe what I heard. I rushed home. I switched on the Google machine. I typed in Elvis Presley. A plethora of websites opened up. I frantically scrolled down until I came to the website that proved conclusively that Elvis Presley was still alive. Recent sightings of Elvis Presley. And I was so relieved to read that just 1 week earlier, Elvis Presley had been seen at a supermarket in Los Angeles. So a plot formed in the recesses of my mind. And that night, when I was with my beloved Lucy in our marital bed, or as we call it at our place, Gracelands, I said, "Lucy, I need to go to America. I've got to see Elvis Presley. You've got some money in the bank. I want to withdraw it so that I can buy a first-class ticket to the States." And you know what she said? She said no. My wife, Lucy, rejected me, so I did what any reasonable person would have done. I went to the bank and I forged a signature, and I withdrew $30,000. And as I was driving to the airport in my hired chauffeured limousine, the police came and pulled us over and arrested me. Me! Arrested! So here I am in court, charged with theft and grand larceny, with a court-appointed lawyer called Johnny Honestly, with the prosecutor asking me defamatory questions, which there's no way I was going to answer those questions. The judge looked at me and he said, "Mr. Szmerling, why won't you answer the prosecutor's questions?" I said, "Your Honour, he's the devil in disguise." The judge leaned over the bench and he said, "Mr. Szmerling, are you trying to show contempt for this court?" "No, Your Honour, I'm trying to hide it." Well, things weren't going very well, and the jury was looking at me rather aggressively. So then my brilliant lawyer, Johnny Honestly, made an impassioned plea. "Why is this man here? He's here because of the charges laid against him by his wife." Now I ask you, what is a wife? A wife is someone who takes the money that her husband desperately needs for a better and enhanced rock and roll experience and selfishly squanders it on things like shoes for the children, mortgage payments, or perhaps a second dress. Shameful, shameful, Mrs. Australia. Well, I knew that would definitely sway the jury. That eloquence would sway anybody. I would get my liberty back. I wouldn't have to go to prison. This journal is being written in prison. Unfortunately, the jury did not accept what Johnny Honestly said. So here I am, and you know what? Things aren't so bad. I've started an Elvis Presley Appreciation Society. Yes, we have to break bricks every day, but at lunchtimes we get 15 minutes off, and we have singing competitions. And yesterday I won the contest for the best version of Love Me Tender, and the warden thinks I'm fantastic. So I don't mind that. What I do mind, though, is my beloved Lucy, not seeing her. So I wrote her a letter, and it was short and sharp and to the point. And I quote, "Dear Lucy, please forgive me. Please take me back. And if you do, I promise I will never ever steal your money again." And you know something? Lucy has forgiven me. How do I know this? She wrote some magic words on that letter and sent it back. Return to sender. Lucy loves me. Life is sweet. Contest.